welcome to my video. Today's recipe will be pizza. Yay! Okay, so let's get started. The ingredients that you will need is 1 cup of flour, bread flour, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of yeast, dried yeast, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of mixed herbs, and 1 teaspoon of dried garlic, and warm water, 1 cup of warm water. Okay, so start by mixing together the dry ingredients. So flour, here I'm just measuring the water. There you go, 1 cup. I start by adding the salt first so it doesn't cancel out the yeast, and mix it together with the flour. Then I add the yeast and sugar, garlic, and then the mixed herbs, olive oil, and then the cup of water. I just keep mixing everything together until it's a smooth paste. It's gonna be really light and it sticks to your hands. You can use a whisk or a spatula or anything. I just like using my hands. There you go. That's the consistency that it should be, the consistency. Once I finished mixing it, I use a cling film to cover the bowl and let it raise for 30 minutes. So here you want to make sure that the cling film is nice and secure, and then you cover it up with a clean towel. So here I'm preparing the homemade tomato sauce. I didn't have any tomatoes, so I just used the can of tomatoes, chopped tomatoes. Then I used 1 pepper, 1 whole pepper, green or red, 1 onion, and 2 garlic cloves. Then it's 1 tablespoon of tomato puree, 1/2 teaspoon of Hrissa, and 2 tablespoons of oil. As for the spices, I used some salt, some mixture of herbs, and some pepper and paprika. So the first thing is you want to put the chopped tomatoes in the mixer. Add to this the onions and the garlic. Then you can add the peppers. As you can see, I'm not going to be adding any spices or any oil at the moment. I'm just going to be adding the tomato puree and the hot sauce. If you don't have the hot sauce or the Hrissa, it doesn't matter. And then I'm just going to close it up and then start mixing it. I just wanted to add, if you're using normal tomatoes, you can add a little bit of water for it to be able to mix well. Keep mixing it until you get a smooth paste. Once everything is mixed, I'm just gonna add it to a pan, add the oil and the spices, and let it cook until the water has evaporated. So once we let the dough rest for 30 minutes, as you can see, it has risen. Here I'm just testing it. So you start adding another cup of flour little by little, until you get a smooth paste, and just keep kneading the dough well. It is gonna get messy, so it doesn't matter. Just make sure you use plenty of flour and leave the dough very soft and well kneaded. Once you finish kneading the dough, you can see that it's a very smooth paste. Then you put it in a plastic bag and you let it raise for another 30 minutes. As you can see, it has rested. Then you just flour your surface and make little dough balls. I made 5, sorry. So you can make as many as you can. I mean, I did big pizzas. You can do mini pizzas or medium ones. So it really depends on whatever you want. So you can decide which how big you want the dough. Once you finish shaping all the dough, start rolling out the dough with the roller. Just make sure you flour your surface really well so that the dough doesn't stick to your surface. Here I'm trying to make it rectangular, but you can go for the any shape you want, really. So once you finished rolling out the dough, just take your pan and oil it. I did put the first one, I put some flour on it, but it wasn't really that good, so I just put oil. It's better. Then you start rolling out the dough in the pan. As you can see, I'm just using my fingers to do so, and you know, just shape it well. Here, use a fork to poke the dough so it doesn't rise too much, and you have a nice and even crust. And you add some olive oil, 2 or 3 teaspoons of olive oil, and just cover the dough. Then you start adding the tomato sauce. As you can see, it's very thick and it's not watery, and it's delicious. Once you finish covering all the dough, just use any toppings that you would like. I used French fries and onions, but you can use anything as peppers, olives, anything really. Here you can be creative, of course. So once you've finished putting all the toppings that you would like, don't use the cheese just yet. Preheat the oven to 200 degrees. Put your pizza in the oven for 15 minutes until it gets golden brown at the bottom, and then you take it out. As you can see, it's already a little bit golden at the sides. Put some cheese. I didn't put a lot of cheese on it. And then you put it back in the oven for another 5 minutes until the cheese melts, and voila, there you go. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope you come back to see other videos. This was a mashup of Italian and Moroccan recipe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.